There has always been a battle of which one's better, Windows or Mac OS X. And I'm a Windows guy personally. I've always used it, probably always will, but I did want to give a Mac a shot. So starting May 1st of this year, I actually installed a Mac OS on my computer as a Hackintosh, and I've been using it ever since. In this video, I'm going to do my 1 week overview of everything I've experienced so far. But before I get into that, I do want to say hi. My name is Carl, everybody's favorite ginger, and welcome to The Real Ginger Tech. Here, I like to do tips, tricks, and reviews on just about anything I can get my hands on. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified of when I release new videos just like this one. Also, hit me up over on Twitter, @RealGingerTech. Alright, so a little disclaimer on the rest of this video. I do have a Hackintosh going because of problems with installing Mac OS X on AMD processors. I am running an older version. It is Sierra, not High Sierra, but Sierra, so 2 major iterations old. Currently, Mac is on Mojave as their operating system name. And so if at any point in this video, somebody out there notices something that I missed as far as settings or a way of doing something, or maybe I'm just wrong because there's an updated version or an updated option in that updated version of Mojave, let me know down in the comments below. I am genuinely curious. I'm really trying to give Mac OS a shot, and so far I'm not really experiencing any problems. Minus, a few odds and ends, just nitpicking stuff. And this isn't going to be an overall view. This is just some of the things I've noticed using it as a daily driver. Second disclaimer on this, I have not used this 100% for the entire month or entire week so far. I have had to hop over to Windows simply to grab files in order to bring them over to Mac because I don't have my hard drives formatted to be accessible my Mac yet. So I did have to hop on there. That and my streaming computer here at Justin's house is a Windows computer. So I have not been using Mac for 100% of the workload, but for everything I'm doing at home, including gaming, oddly enough, which we'll touch on that more, has been all on Mac OS X Sierra. So let's get into it here. To start us off here, there's one thing in particular that I love that Mac does that Windows does not. So I play a lot of video games. Some of them have built-in sound direction to where you can choose which device gets sound. Others is just whatever it's currently set as default. In Windows, if I am in a game that just uses the default driver, and I try changing that in Windows while the game is running, it doesn't always transfer over. With Sierra so far, Mac OS X, it has seamlessly worked every single time that I could be mid-game and I can change sounds. And it works just fine and it will change to the new device. So big thumbs up there. So I'll start off with something good. Little nitpicking that I have experienced so far is when closing out certain applications, they don't always close the way you'd want them to. With that, Chrome, for example, if I open up a Chrome window, I do what I need to do, and then I close out of that, it still stays down in that launch bar at the bottom, showing as it's active. So if I click on that again, rather than opening up the 3 home pages that I have set it to, it just stays as a new tab, which, I mean, it's, like I said, this is nitpicking. This is just a matter of my personal preference. I would much rather have it open the 3 tabs I have Chrome set to as a default. Another kind of nitpick thing here that I have is in regards to the downloads icon that sits in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. I think that's great. I love it. I just don't like the fact that it's just this giant list. I wish there was a way just to set it to the last 3 items downloaded, or only items that have been added to the download folder since the last time it was opened. I know that may be asking a little much. If you could just even limit it to the last 3. I really do like the feature. With slight modifications, I would love that feature. And on the topic of folders is on this screen here, you'll actually see I have a no name. That's my thumb drive that I use that is formatted to work on Mac, Windows, and Linux. And there are times where when I'm going back and forth with videos and stuff, I want to be able to cut it out of that device and drop it into a different folders, like the video folder on the desktop there. Now, there's no way that I can find, and I could be wrong, I haven't done a ton of research into it, simply because I'm trying to just work within what I see here as somebody new without having to Google everything. I just want to be able to cut it and paste it into there. As it stands now, I have to copy, paste it in there, and then delete it off the flash drive. Which leads into another little complaint I have here. I am a mainly keyboard user. I like just clicking and then tapping a button on the keyboard. So the delete key on my keyboard just doesn't seem to actually delete the icons. I don't know if that's just a standard for Apple, or if it's some incompatibility with the keyboard and Mac OS X. You know, tidbit thing, you know, I mean, it's just, like I said, nitpicking at this point, just little stuff that I'm noticing having only used this for a week. I mean, all I have to do is right click and send to trash, and it works just fine. Another thing with the incompatibility, I can't seem to get my forward and back buttons on my mouse for navigating like web pages and stuff to work, period. But aside from that, I mean, everything else so far, compatibility-wise, has worked great. I have a Logitech keyboard and mouse that I use. I was able to install the Logitech software for controlling that because it is a light-up keyboard and there's sensitivities to the mouse. Everything worked great there. Installing programs. I mean, I've got Twitch on here for launching the modded Minecraft server. I've got Discord for talking with my friends. I have a fully working Apple Store. I do really like the fact that it is one source for pretty much every app out there. It's nice having that ability to just go click on the Apple Store, type in the search in one place, and it will show everything accordingly, versus having to go to different websites. So kudos on that. I really enjoy that. I think it does simplify things when searching, especially when getting set up for the first time on a computer. Being able to have that and just pick them out real quick versus go to the website, go to the download page, click download, open up the install file, and then it's installed. I do have some limitations as far as Apple products go. Because it's an older version, I'm unable to create an iCloud account. I do need to get that to, I think, at least High Sierra in order to get that to work. I do have one last thing, and that is so far is game compatibility. For example, here, Metro Last Light Redux is just one of the first ones that I found that does not work on Mac OS X. I don't know if there's something in particular that's causing that. If I need a driver update, it will start to load. Everything seems to work fine. And then I hit this loading screen and it gets stuck there. I've loaded up other games without any problems. So I don't know if it is supported on Mac according to the Steam store. I was able to download Steam. I was able to download this game through Steam. And it does specify that these are Mac available titles. So there may be something I'm missing. There may be a version problem with using it on Sierra. There may be, you know, some update I'm missing that made that compatible with Steam. Like I said, if I find something like that, I will let you know. I do have a fully functioning version of DaVinci Resolve, which is what I use to edit all my videos. and so far that seems to be working pretty well. Performance wise, I mean, I have an AMD FX 8350 processor that is pretty much always running at like 4.15 gigahertz, just always. At GTX 1060 from NVIDIA, and I haven't really done benchmarking between the two to see exactly what numbers difference there is, but from day-to-day use, from the human eye, I am not seeing any real major quality losses there that I honestly thought would be there. I honestly thought, you know, I mean, especially like gaming. I'm like, oh, you know, Macs aren't known for gaming. But is it Macs aren't known for gaming because they don't ship with dedicated GPUs that are meant for gaming, or is it because there's some software disconnect there? That's that, you know, I'm not quite sure what that mentality was, but I was like, oh, gaming not going to happen. Whereas the games I have tried on here seem to run just as well, or at least on par with what I'm running on Windows. So I mean, hardware is the same between the two devices. Everything is detected on the Mac OSX. And so time will tell. Once I get to the end of the month, I'll do some benchmarking to see if there is like a true difference between rendering or playing games or anything like that, and just kind of see how it's going there. So, but if I missed anything, let me know. I mean, if there's something in there, in that list, in this list of things that I have that just, you know, like, oh no, you can do that. If you're a Mac guy, let me know down in the comments below, or hit me up over on Twitter at RealGingerTech. I'd love to know if I'm missing something. I'm trying to give this 100% go here, and I'm enjoying it so far for the most part. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but overall things are going pretty well. So if you liked this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. You know what to do. Leave a comment either way. Let me know what I should be doing different. Also, changed up some lighting here. Hopefully this video quality is a little bit better. I'm constantly trying to improve, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But we will see you in the next video.